The first order of business, well, first I want to say hello to my fellow board members and welcome.
Good evening, Madam Chair.
And also welcome our town manager, Mr. Scott Crabtree, and our clerk, Meredith. Meredith has been working with Janice Jaros, our longtime temporary clerk, and we want to thank Janice for everything she does and everything that she continues to do for our town. I also want to mention that this meeting is being recorded, and prior to this meeting, we had a goals and objectives meeting downstairs in the conference room that was taped, so if anybody would like to see what we discussed, it is on Vimeo. It will probably be up by tomorrow. So the first order of business is we have an invited guest, and we're very excited today. We have Benito, or Benny, as everyone knows him, Cavillo, and we're here tonight to give him a citation, and he's here with his fan club, and we're very excited that he is here. And I'm going to read the citation in just a moment, but it was Selectman Cogliano who asked if we could have a citation for Benny. So I'd like to start off with you, Mr. Selectman Cogliano, for a couple of comments.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I and Mike and Jeff have had the pleasure of growing up off of Bristow Street and got to know Benny from a young age. Benny used to walk the neighborhood. One thing I recall about Benny is he said hi to everybody, and he still does. And we brought him in tonight because of all his service at the Stop and Shop, and we found out that he was going to retire, and I thought it was a great idea to bring him in and give everyone a chance to thank him for all the years of service to the community. So that's why you're here tonight, Benny, and I certainly thank you, and thank you for your friendship all these years.
Thank you, Selectman Cogliano. Selectman Riley, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you. I worked with Benny at Stop and Shop years ago. I don't remember how many, but it was a while. He greets everybody. He's so happy. Calls every woman, I think, sweetheart when he's taken in the carriages. He was a person that everyone knew. And even at St. Margaret's, I remember him there, and it's great to see someone putting dedication into one company for 35 years, so thank you for that.
Benny, would you like to come up to the podium? I'm not sure if you can hear all the kind words everyone is saying about you. Right over here? If anyone else would like to go up with Benny, please feel free.
Right up there, Benny, yes.
So did you hear all the kind words that were just said about you? No? Okay.
Tony, you can come up also.
Selectman Serena, would you like to say a few words?
Sure. Thank you, Madam Chairman. I want to congratulate you, Benny, for your 31 years of employment at Stop and Shop. Selectmen Ciccolini and Cogliano, I grew up down Bristow Street, and I happen to be your next-door neighbor. With my father, Ann, and Jim, went to Tony, your wedding, so we were real close down there. And my mother used to go to Stop and Shop every day, Benny Ann Sereno, to say, go to Stop and Shop every day, and she'd come home and she said, oh, I talked to Benny today. She was so excited to see you there all the time. So I want to congratulate you, Benny, on your 31 years, and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Selectman Sereno. Selectman Vice Chair Ciccolini.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So, Benny, congratulations, pal. You've worked extremely hard and finally reached retirement, but you're still out and about. I see you walking your dog and doing all kinds of things around the neighborhood. I still see you in the mornings. I do want to say, in all the years that I've known you, how special you were to my family, especially my mom. You know how my mom, Camilla, loved you so much. And Tony, you're like a sister to my mother. And it's just an honor to have you in and to recognize you for such a long storied career. Everybody knows you, and everybody appreciates all that you did. So congratulations on a well-deserved retirement.
Thank you, Selectman Ciccolini. And I also want to say thank you for everything that you've done for Saugus. You are beloved within town. And we do have a citation that I'd like to read into the record for you. It says, Town of Saugus citation, to all persons whom these presents shall come, be it known that the Town of Saugus sends its deepest appreciation to Benito Benny Cavillo, wishing you a wonderful retirement after 30 years of dedicated service and goodwill to the Saugus community, signed by the Saugus Board of Selectmen, and it's signed by all 5 of us. So if it's okay with you, we're going to come up and take a picture.
We're going to take a picture.
Thank you.
Congratulations again, Benny.
So you nominated, right? Yes.
Now, can I, who's the point person?
Hey, Joya. I didn't even see you.
I didn't know it was
How
her.
are you? Good.
Back in the day, I could show you.
Did you?
20 years ago, yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, Benny.
Very good kid.
Yeah, she was.
Thank you all. Appreciate you coming in tonight. Just going to quickly mention that Selectman Chicalini had another meeting that he had to attend. So under correspondence, we have a proclamation for Constitution Week. And Selectman Riley, would you please read that into the record, please?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Proclamation for Constitution Week. Whereas September 17, 2024 marks the 237th anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention, and whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this magnificent document and its memorable anniversary, and to the patriotic celebrations which will commemorate the occasion, and whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America, designating September 17 through 23rd as Constitution Week. Now, therefore, we, the Saugus Board of Selectmen, by virtue of the authority vested in the Chairman of the Board of Selectmen of Saugus, Massachusetts, do hereby proclaim the week of September 17th through the 23rd as Constitution Week, and ask our citizens to reaffirm the ideals of the framers of the Constitution had in 1787 by vigilantly protecting the freedoms guaranteed to us through this guardian of our liberties, remembering that lost rights may never be regained.
And that motion is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Riley's motion, please indicate by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Thank you, Selectman Riley.
You're welcome.
The next item on the agenda is under correspondence invitation to the Saugus Senior Center fundraiser. The Saugus Senior Center is having a fundraiser on September 27th at 6 o'clock p.m. till 9 p.m. And it's actually going to be held at the Saugus Senior Center. The ticket includes pasta, dinner, rolls, salad, coffee, entertainment. The doors open at 5:30. All proceeds will go to benefit events for the Saugus Senior Center. Tickets are $25 each. If you're interested, please call Laurie Davis at the Senior Center, or anybody who picks up the phone. They'll be more than happy to help you out. It's now time for the first citizen's comment. Is there anybody in the audience who'd like to address the board? Mr. Palante?
Good evening, Matt Parlante, Precinct 2 Town Meeting.
Good evening.
I'm just here to request a stop sign at the end of Mount Vernon, on the south end of Mount Vernon and Laurel. There's no stop sign, and on a daily basis, cars, it's used as a cut-through. Mount Vernon and Whitney are cut-throughs from Essex Street over to Lincoln, Lynn Street, going towards Revere, down to Clifton. And cars constantly come and they just fly right through and take the left turn. So it's been an issue for residents in that area, and concern, because a lot of people will cross that street to go into the bike path. And so cars just kind of barrel down that street and turn left without stopping at all. So there's that one request, and then I also have another request to put one of those mirrors on the telephone pole. It's pole 19 Essex Street, and that is directly across from the north side of Mount Vernon Street. And residents in my precinct, especially elder residents, have trouble pulling out into Essex Street because the way cars park, there's no yellow paint on the sidewalk that prevents people from parking where the Meg building is, and the church is over there on the right side when you come up Mount Vernon and Essex Street onto your right. And so they can't see the cars coming from Cliffendale. And so there's a pole directly across the street. It's pole 19. And my thought is to put a mirror, one of those big circular mirrors that they'll use, so that the residents, when they pull up, can look at that mirror and see cars coming from Cliffendale.
Okay, so what we'll do is, through our clerk, we will reach out to the police department and ask them for their recommendations for the stop sign, and that we will need a public hearing for. The mirror, we will just ask for recommendation. I don't think we need to have any sort of a hearing or anything for that. I believe that's something we could just do ourselves.
Oh, okay.
But we will follow up on both of
just-
those, okay?
Madam Chairman, I think
Yes.
just, not the thing, but you send it to the police, but I think the DOT, all the regulations, I don't think allow, for safety issues, I don't think they allow mirrors on poles. That's something that I think we're aware
I
of.
remember there was one put on Jasper Street a few years ago.
I think
They had the
I
same
think they're there from
concern.
years ago, but I think all the regulations have changed.
Something recently changed?
I think that they've changed a while back. I think those were probably put up years and years ago. But just, send it over. They'll give an answer whether they can do
We'll
it.
find out for
Or
you,
if not,
okay?
we'll look for a different solution.
Yeah, another solution could be to have the lines painted yellow where they should be painted yellow so cars don't park that close to Mount Vernon.
That's the reason why we always reach out to the police department
Yeah.
for their recommendations. so-
Perfect. Okay, and then I have...
Yes, Selectman
It
Serino.
might be easier for the police department, Matt, if you put it in writing, to send it to the board, and we can send it over to the police department, so the police department understands what you're looking for.
Okay, I'll get it out to you guys.
That's what we usually do. Thank you.
Okay, yep, all right, great. I'll get that out to you guys tomorrow.
Yeah. Thanks.
And then there's just one other thing. while I'm up here. I was reading through our bylaws, and there's, as you guys know, there's a student government day in this town. There's a bylaw for student government day. My understanding, according to parents, is they didn't have one. They haven't had one. Or they didn't have one last year. I don't know when exactly the last time they did have one. The reason I'm mentioning it here is because reading through the bylaw, it's actually up to, and I'm sure you know this, Madam Chairperson, is it's up to the chairperson to select that date.
So let me step in. So I've been part of this, the Saugus Business Education Collaborative now for many, many years. And it's the SBEC who works with the government and works with a teacher to have a student government day. I believe the last time we had one was May of 2019, and it was incredibly, incredibly successful. So what I did was I reached back out as part of the SBEC to the schools to see whether a teacher, because they get a stipend for doing this, and I said we would work, the board will work with whomever we need to work with, and we'll make it happen. And unfortunately, we did not have a teacher step up and want to be part of that at that time. So as part of the SBEC, Peter Rossetti reached out to me, both during a meeting as well as he sent me an email wanting to know more information about the Student Government Day. And I said basically the same thing. More than happy to do it, excited to do it. I think we had the lunch, I believe, was donated. It was a lot of fun. We had somebody plays chair, and we had a vice chair. We had 5 students playing Selectmen, and we had a mock agenda that I helped the teacher put together. And we had different people come up to the podium and ask questions, and how would you deal with that question? And it was great. And we had people walk, at the time, it was the Roby School, and we had people go over to the Roby School and work with the school committee. So it was a great event. I would love to bring it back. I was talking with the principal of the school, and he was going to look to see whether he could get a teacher to step up and be part of that, because I'd love to bring it back again. I think after the COVID, I think made it a little bit difficult, and then when we tried to bring it, like I said, we didn't have anyone that would step up at that particular time. But perhaps now we can get somebody who would be interested.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people I've spoken to. There's a lot of people that love to be involved. It's a collaboration, obviously, and then, like I said, according to the bylaw, it's the way the bylaw reads it is the chairperson, after communicating with the superintendent, is authorized to proclaim a date in April or May, and then after the date is proclaimed, then the planning and collaboration and all that stuff takes place.
And it takes, Matt, it takes a long time to get the kids, which kids are interested, who wants to go where, putting the agenda. I worked on this for many, many years, and it was, like I said, it was a lot. Once it all came together, it was terrific.
Yeah.
But it's an awful lot of work to pull it all together. So, again, the SBEC is on it, and hopefully we can have one for next May.
Okay. Again, I know you keep mentioning, the business piece, but it's a school. It's actually a school thing. But I just want to see it happen. You know what I mean? Like, it's a yearly thing according to our bylaw. This is supposed to happen every year. So I just I think it's super important to have kids understand government, have kids understand how things work, and to get involved. We need a younger voice. And having kids involved is really, I think it benefits the community altogether. So yeah, I appreciate your enthusiasm and willingness to, see this thing through.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you.
Awesome. Yeah, no, I know you do. And anything I can do to help, I'm more than welcome to help.
Madam
Great.
Chairman.
Selectman Serino.
Yeah, I used to participate in them student government days. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But it is coordinated with the business community and the school department, so if you can reach out to the school department, let's see if we can pull it together. That'd be great.
Yeah, and that's the reason why when we bring it to the and Selectman Cogliano's on the SBC too, when we bring this forward There's a lot of teachers that are part of the Saugus Business Education Collaborative that are there, and those are the folks that we need to talk with. They're the leaders that are part of, including the superintendent. So this discussion has taken place, and we said, yes, we'd like to get it back up and running again, because I think it's good for the community.
Awesome. Great.
Thanks,
Excited
Matt.
to see it through. Thank you.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. Is there anyone else who'd like to speak? Seeing none. Mr. Town Manager, it's time for your report. Do you have anything else you would like to share with us this evening?
I do not.
He does not.
We just had an hour and a half worth of a report from you, so we've heard enough.
We do appreciate the goals and objective meeting. Thank you very much for that. But I did receive, and I mentioned this at the very beginning of the meeting, that we did receive a letter from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Department of Telecommunication and Cable, and we're going to have to work on if we want to, the 10-year license again with Comcast, which expires January 31st, 2027. They already want us to reach out to them. So should we work through IRA, our special counsel again, or should we just reach out and say we're going to, how would you like to handle this?
We can talk offline and figure
Okay.
out how we want to proceed. Obviously, they're doing that under the contractual obligation.
Correct.
To make notification, so we should probably, talk offline and then figure out a game plan of,
Okay.
maybe
Yeah,
have
this
a
is-
couple of the selectmen on some sort of a subcommittee type thing,
Yeah, This was a phenomenal amount of work when I did this the last time. So we really do need to think about this and how we're going to proceed. So thank you for that. So we have 2 sets of minutes to approve. The first set is November 29th, 2023, and I'd like to thank Selectman Riley for writing those minutes. Do I hear a motion to approve those minutes?
So moved.
And that's seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Riley's motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. We next have the June 6, 2024 minutes to approve. Do I hear a motion?
Madam Chairman, I'll make a motion we approve the June 6, 2024 meeting.
And that is seconded by the chair. Is there further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor of Selectman Serino's motion, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 4-0. Thank you, Selectman Serino.
Madam Chair,
Selectman Riley.
just to thank you as well for doing those minutes.
I'm sorry?
I said to thank you, too, for doing those minutes. You did that week.
Thank you, Selectman Riley. I appreciate that.
You guys are getting really good at them.
No, we're not.
I don't want to do any more minutes. I'm good. But thank you.
Meredith, you're in charge.
You got it, Meredith.
Meredith's in charge of minutes. It's now time for our second members. Oh, wait. Is there anybody else in the audience who'd like to speak for citizens' comments? We always have 2. So I'd like to end the meeting with members' comments. Selectman Cogliano?
I have nothing this evening, Madam Chairman.
Thank you, Selectman Cogliano. Selectman Riley?
Yes, I would just like to first just acknowledge the Saugus Public Library. I want to thank everyone involved there. They have had some great events for the children over the summer, and they are really enjoying them, and I just want to say thank you to them. I'd like to send my condolences to the family of Donna Whittemore Ferris. Dee was involved in many organizations, including the Gold Star Wives America. She was awarded the Massachusetts Medal of Fidelity at our Memorial Day ceremony in May. She was a wonderful, selfless lady who will be missed at the Legion. Interment will be Wednesday, June 24th, at the Boston Street Gate of Pine Grove Cemetery in Lynn at 11 a.m. I'm going to miss her. Also, condolences to the family of Marion Midge DeWicki. She dedicated her life to helping others with disabilities. She was on the board for individuals with disabilities living independently, as well as the Saugus Disability Commission for many years. So my condolences to her family as well. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Selectman Riley. Selectman Serino?
Madam Chairman, I don't have anything tonight.
Thank you, Selectman Serino. I want to congratulate Guy Moley. He put on a phenomenal car show on Sunday. and all monies went to the Moms Cancer Fighting Angels, so congratulations to him and his team. I thought the Portuguese festival that we had on the Fells Way, they did a terrific job, as they always do. Also want to thank the Hickman family and the Bell family and everyone else involved with the 4th of July at the Lyndhurst this year, and Brian Mace for putting on the show on July 3rd. Want to remind everybody that the Ironworks is putting on concerts on every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, and everyone is welcome to come. I also want to share my sincere condolences. Thank you, Selectman Riley, for mentioning that, as well as our sincere condolences go out to the Manugian family. They lost Myron Manugian, and our condolences go out to his wife Donna and his family. With that said, would somebody please make a motion
So
to
moved,
adjourn?
Madam Chairman.
And that's seconded by the chair. All those in favor of Selectman Cogliano's motion, please indicate by saying aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 4-0.
Good night, everybody.
Good
I
night.
hope everybody has a wonderful evening. We are adjourned.